Okay, so I'm going to be doing my eye makeup for comp days for you, and I've already done my base, so I'm just going to get right into it. So I use a fluffy blending crease brush for my base color, and you can use any brown, light, medium tone color, and you're just going to apply that in like circular motions in the crease of your eyelid here, and then blend it out to the outer corners on both eyes. And then once I have that done, I just take a slightly darker color. This isn't fully necessary, but I'm just gonna use a little bit of black and then do the exact same thing, but just in the outer corner and kind of creeping in towards my lash line, but very, very lightly. And then that's it for the actual eyeshadow. The next step would be to use shimmer. I use the Stila Glitter and Glow Liquid Eyeshadow in the shade Diamond Dust. There's also an e.l.f. brand one that's very similar, but if you can't get a hold of either of those, then you can use any glittery eyeshadow to start and put it on the inner corner and into the middle of the lid. I'm gonna do both just because it blends easier. And this is just a random palette. It's Naked Urban Decay Cyber. I'm using the shades Not a Bot and Static. They're these two shimmery shades, and I'm mixing them together, and I'm just gonna apply those right here with my finger. And then just because I want to make sure that this shows up as much as possible, I'm gonna go ahead and do my liquid black eyeliner, then my blue lower lash line, and then the glitter. In case you mess up anything like your eyeliner, you can clean up around easy without taking any of this off. This is the Stila Stale Day Liquid Eyeliner. This is my favorite one. It's really easy to use because the tip is like a marker. It's really easy to work with. If you accidentally bump yourself, it's not gonna leave like a big wet smear. It's really easy to work with, so I would really recommend this one. But the first thing I do is I do my wing. I start off really small because if you mess up, you can always go bigger, but you can't go smaller easy because you don't want to take off the rest of your eyeshadow. So you can pick an eye to start with, and you're gonna use the advantage of the point of the pen, and you're gonna go and just create a little bit of a triangle on both sides. So once you've done each small little triangle, you just want to kind of follow the line of your lower lash line going up on both sides, and then you want to connect it to the inner corner and pull it in just a little bit. The next step is to start following along your lash line with the eyeliner. I do mine all the way to the inner corner, but it can be really hard to get precise, so you don't have to go that far in. You can stop halfway. So this is what that would look like if you stopped halfway. And then you can see that as I keep going, I adjust the wing of my eyeliner to make sure that it's a flattering shape. If it looks too short compared to the rest of your eyeliner or too thick or thin, you can adjust that as you go. And then to make sure that your eyeliner doesn't look strange, the most important thing is actually to make sure that the line on your lash line is really thin. You don't need to make it that thick at all. Your mascara will cover it. And if you have any tiny mistakes, I would recommend just putting your mascara on and seeing how it looks. And if it's really bad, you can always redo. So then this is it with both eyes done. I did only go halfway. I did not go all the way to my inner corner today, just so I can show you what it looks like in the end. But if you feel safe and comfortable going in a little bit further, you can do that. Now everybody messes up, even me. So when I do eyeliner and I mess up and I can notice that my wings aren't even and they don't look the same, I'll take a really fine brush. You can use different shapes. This one's really fine. It's from Morphe. This one can work, but I prefer to use one that looks like this. And I'll just get it a little bit damp, and then I'll follow along with this end, and I'll clean up the underneath very gently just towards the tip so that it looks really sharp on both sides. So now that I feel my eyeliner looks good, the next step is to do the blue lower lash line. I use the Urban Decay 24-Hour Glide On Eye Pencil in Chaos. It's a really bright blue color. The most important thing is that when you're buying one of these, there are a few recommendations, but you don't want to be too dark of a blue. It just kind of looks black at that point. And then I would recommend getting a softer pencil, just because if it's on your lower lash line, you don't want it to be too sharp or pokey because it won't glide on easily. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this one sharpened, so I sharpened it last competition and it's still fine, but I'm gonna grab here very carefully, or just you can look up or down and grab a mirror, and you want to glide this on just under your lash line. You don't have to go on your waterline, but just on your lash line all the way up to it and just a tiny bit below, and you want to go from the outer corner where like your black eyeliner ends and then go about halfway. And then this is what it looks like. If you can find some blue mascara, you can just put that on here to make mine stay, just because sometimes my eyes water. I like to take a blue eyeshadow as well. This could be a little bit like a lighter shade of blue, and I just blend it out just so that it stays and it doesn't smear if I rub my eyes or something. But the blue eyeliner is enough. It shows up and it looks good, and with mascara you'd be totally fine just stopping here. So you can see the difference that that makes. It also just blends it out a little bit so it doesn't look so harsh. So now that you have that done, you can take your glitter. I like to put it directly on my inner corner and then a little bit towards my eye, just a tiny bit. And then I use my finger because this stuff is pretty glittery and you really don't need a ton. And I already put glitter on my lid, but if you didn't, then you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna put on your inner corner just like this, just a little bit, and you're gonna tap it a few times towards the middle of your eyelid. You don't want to put it all the way out here. The last step is just mascara. Because I do blue, I do my lower lash line first and then I do my black mascara, but it shouldn't really matter. The most important thing is just gonna be, you want to have black mascara on the top. If you're doing eyeliner, then it's really important that you want to blend your entire eye makeup look together by doing your mascara on the top with black and not blue on the top, just black. This also makes your eye makeup look better in general, because once you get your whole thing done, if anything is uneven from one eye to the other, the mascara really hides it. You just want to be careful and make sure you go slow and don't get any mascara on your eyelid. If you do, you can clean it up with a Q-tip. So once you reach here, you are done. If you have any mascara or messes to clean up, use a dry Q-tip because you don't want to mess up the rest of the makeup trying to get it off. Make sure you put on some blush. You can put it on the apples of your cheek, leading up towards your cheekbones. You don't have to put it right in the very center. Sometimes it's more flattering to put it a little bit further out and kind of follow your cheekbone. And then obviously we do red lipstick. Pretty self-explanatory. I'm just gonna finish off my makeup with some brow gel and then I am fully done. And then I also do use the Morphe setting spray. It's the continuous setting mist and I love this stuff. It just makes my makeup actually last a whole competition. And then if you look really shiny afterwards, when you use a lot, you can take a little bit of setting powder and just hit like here, 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 and here, just the center of your face. Everywhere else should be fine, but if that's not a problem, you just set your face, you're done.